Welcome everyone to my channel Pretty Pink Soul Movement. I'm Michelle Cool, and today I'll be doing a reading on what is my intuition trying to tell me. So I'll talk a little bit about intuition and then we'll get into the deck so you can choose which deck is calling to you for your message. So intuition is always, unless you've kind of developed it yourself or with help, is that tiny little whisper voice that wants the best for you, that wants you to do something good for yourself. So like the ego voice is usually the louder one, right? That's usually telling you negative things like, oh, you can't do that, or who do you think you are, or why bother trying, you'll just fail. That's the ego voice. And intuition's like, yes, you can. Why don't you go try that? Why don't you just go sit and have a coffee? Why don't you go to the park? This is the first voice we hear before the ego kicks in, goes, oh, I'm tired. Yeah, but I got dinner to make. Oh, but I got washing. Do you know what I mean? It's like an excusey vibe, the ego. So intuition's always like gently trying to guide you to doing things that are good for you. So that's how you can kind of tell your intuition. All you can do is practice trying to hear it. My suggestion is to write it out. If you think that you've heard a message, write that down and then say, okay, this is my intuition voice is telling me to do this, my ego voice is saying this, and then you can differentiate between the two, and it makes life a lot easier. It just takes practice, so be patient with yourself. Okay, so the decks to choose from, we've got the Crystal Grid Oracle, deck 1. Deck 2 is the Gateway Oracle cards. And deck 3 is the Whispers of Nature Oracle cards. So pause that and make your selection. Just go with your intuition, which is the first one that you hear. Okay, and then we'll clarify them if we need to. So we'll get going on the Crystal Grid Oracle. Let's see, what is your intuition trying to tell you? Whenever you're watching this, right now. Let's see. What's it trying to communicate with you? Okay, saying that you're on your soul journey, which we all are. Sorry, it's a bit bright. It's telling you to be patient with where you are, where you're going. See how far you've come and all that you've achieved. If you feel like you are behind schedule, you're not. Your intuition's saying you're not. So please be loving and patient and gentle with yourself, and double dose on extra self-love when you're feeling frustrated. When you're feeling irritated, don't beat up on yourself. You just need to breathe deeply in the moment, recenter your energy, do things that pull you back into center, which is usually self-love, of being in nature and taking time out for yourself. So it's telling you to be patient with yourself. You are a light bringer. Like, you're a light worker. You're here to spread the light. You're here to teach people what you've learned. You're here to spread love, and not in the kind of human ego typey form. It's like compassion and connection, and we've got the communication card here too. You're here to teach how to communicate with others. Communicate with yourself, communicate with your soul as well, because that's where we develop those skills, is by listening to our intuition, and chatting to our souls, chatting to our guides. And the more you practice it, you can tell the difference between, what your guides have to say to you. I know when I was younger, my guides it's like a silent scream, and they would usually kick in very loudly if it was an emergency situation. I'll tell you this story quickly. So we're living on a corner block, and my sister was outside playing near this fence line, and they just in my head I heard, call your sister in, call your sister in. I know I've probably told the story before. And I fought with it. I was like, nah, and they wouldn't stop. It's like literally stopped me in my tracks, and I just kept on like looking down and listening. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And I called her in, and then about a minute later, this car lost control, went around the corner and slammed through the fence where she was playing. So it's like, guides are that kind of louder voice in your head in an emergency situation. You can hear it quite clearly if you are clairaudient, but we all receive messages in different ways. So that's the difference between kind of your guides. It's like you can hear someone else talking to you and feeding you information, or you could be more feeling, you could feel the information. So it's not like hearing me talk now, it's like hearing it in the head, which is, that's not schizophrenia. So yeah, so that's kind of the difference. And the intuition's like, comes from your higher self, and it connects to your heart as well. Your heart has wants and needs. Your soul has its lessons that it wants to learn and what it wants to be fulfilled. And your intuition and your heart join forces to guide you towards that, right? And these are what the messages are for. So it wants you to communicate to your higher self more. Just practice. Just say, yo, higher self, let's chat and see what comes out. Write it out, think it out. Please be patient. It's not, unless you're super duper amazing, it's not going to happen overnight. I had to train myself too. And even sometimes I struggle. If I'm not feeling good, if I'm tired, if I'm irritated, I can't hear it clearly. So don't beat up on yourself. But they want you to practice difference between that, like listening, oh, what does my heart want? What does my soul want? Which is the lessons in my life. What does it want me to learn? What does my heart want from me? Like, what's it guiding me towards? And try to see if you can tell the difference. Just practice it and write it out. You don't have to be right or wrong. It's just, my heart wants this. My soul wants me to learn this. My higher self is saying this, which will sound like you if you hear it in your head. It's you. So that's how you tell a difference. It's like another gentler kind of version of you that doesn't like have that ego aspect to beat yourself up all the time. So yeah, and your guides are something different as well. And they usually do like gentle nudges towards things. So yeah, it's hard. It's confusing. It doesn't matter if you're getting the messages, you're getting the messages. Just your intuition wants you to practice. Intuition trying to tell you to practice that. Cool. Okay, so card deck number 2, which is the gateway. Oracle cards. I mean, you can listen to all of them. Like, there's messages in all of them. They all good. That's too many. What does your intuition want you to know now? Breaking barriers. I'm expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. You're finishing a hard life cycle. You've broken through, and it may not feel like this, but you've broken through a really hard time, and you're going to start seeing the rewards soon, like the soul rewards, the growth. You're going to start appreciating your growth. So sometimes we associate, having a win or whatever with financial rewards, and that's not what all life is about. Yeah, abundance for all, but abundance doesn't always mean finances, right? Like getting lots of money. So this is a big soul lesson I think lots of us want to learn. This is what your intuition wants you to know. It's not all about money. Yes, we need it to live. It helps for sure, but it wants you to know that it's not all about that. And you're breaking barriers. You're expanding beyond your past limitations, and it wants you just to check in with yourself and say, what did my ego used to tell me before? That I couldn't do, whereas my intuition used to tell me, it was like, yeah, go and try, which has brought you to this level. So you're making it. Your intuition's trying to communicate that to you, and you've accepted what is. You've accepted your mastery. You've accepted yourself, and this is what's like broken you through this barrier. Like you're receiving growth, because I actually picked 2. This is what's happening now for me too. You're accepting yourself in all your magnificence. Like you're the magician. You can create the life you want. What you thought you didn't have, you're figuring out or very soon you're going to figure out that you do have, but in a different form. And that's more joyful, actually, than money. Like to have mastery over yourself and your emotions, and to know that you can manifest things that you want, really, really want. Like you've reassessed what you've thought you wanted in the past, and it's changed now, and quite rapidly. And it's amazing. This is like perfect energy to be in. Like I feel like my heart's going to explode. It's so exciting. Yeah, you're starting to believe in magic. You're believing in your magic. I literally didn't look at this card when I said you're the magician. True magic is abounding in my life. Like it is. It's just amazing. Like I can feel it. Oh, you're exciting. You're seeing yourself for who you are, like the real you, the soul you, the heart you, the true you, the passionate you. And that's the thing, the passion's going to come back into your life because you found yourself. And you may have been going through these really hard cycles because you needed to break through, and there was no other way to break through. other than you defying your limits, you realizing that you can change your life. You can manifest the life you want from a beautiful space, from like a soulful space, and not from before it was ego and it was you weren't following your intuition because you struggled to get in contact with it. You were hearing the ego voice more. You were just like, no, I can't, I can't, I can't. Now you're like, I can, I can, I can. I believe in magic. I believe in me again. You believe in you again, like you did when you were a little kid, before life bashed it out of you. So your intuition is saying, you're here, you've arrived, and you're starting to feel it, or you know it. Oh, I love it. Hearing messages from spirit. I'm a clear channel for messages from my spirit and from your intuition. Like, you're getting messages all the time. So you need to quiet your mind a little bit and make sure you're taking time out every day for tuning into yourself and tuning into your guides and tuning into your higher self or spirit, whatever messages, crossed over loved ones. Like, they're guiding you even more, but I'm hearing that you're not really taking the time to tune in right now. And it's really important that you do, even if you don't receive a message as such, you're receiving downloads. Also, you're respecting yourself by respecting your energy to know that you need to nurture yourself. And by nurturing yourself, you need quiet time. You need quietude. Well, that's a beautiful message. I hope you enjoyed that one. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment below. 3, Nature's Whispers. What is your intuition trying to tell you right now? Ooh. It's trying to tell me I can't shuffle enough. What is it trying to tell you right now? Feeling lots of peace and lots of calm. It's beautiful. Be your best self always and ride a sick horse. Let's see what else comes out. Trust your own understanding. That's like trusting your intuition. It's kind of saying that you're not really showing yourself support at the moment. You're not really showing yourself nurturing and love. I think all these 3 picks are kind of interrelated. You're not really feeling your best self right now because you're not nurturing yourself and giving yourself self-love. You're not taking up okay. You're just putting too much time into other people and trying to make them happy, that you're not really focusing back on you. So the focus needs to be back on you. You need to get back in tune with your intuition. Take a time out. You can even do it in the toilet when you're in the toilet. You know, if you've got kids, you need to get away from them. I know they interrupt you. I just did something to my mum, but you know, somewhere, shower, whatever, like just 5 minutes, just get in tune with yourself, with your intuition, and what does it have to say. And also do the things that make you feel good. You go buy a new outfit, buy a new bag if your bag's ready. If your shoes are a bit scabby, go get a pedicure, go get a new leather jacket, boys, whatever, a new bike. Like, there's some things that you've kind of let go. Financially, you've been putting into other things and you haven't really been showing yourself that love and looking after yourself in that way. Buy new lippy, go get your eyebrows done, get your hair done, like stuff like that. Just get a couple of things to show yourself self-love. You know, you can give yourself a pedicure if you can't afford it. You know, I do mine and do my own nails because I don't trust anyone else. Like, I know what I like. I do my own makeup. Can't do my own hair. Sometimes I try to cut it, but yeah. You know, it's like, you can show yourself self-love, right? Give yourself a body scrub, whatever it is, hair mask, face, you know, you can get a mask, a cheap mask. Like, you can do little things if you're struggling to afford it. But you need to show yourself more love. And to contribute to being your best self. Sorry, did I show you this card? Not yet. Like, there's a feeling of feeling free when you're being your best self. Sorry, it's super bright today. Doesn't really want to show up. Look at the pretty colours. Yeah, you're really kind of out of tune with your best self at the moment. Okay, and yeah, it's saying to show yourself some support because you're showing too much support to others. Not leaving enough time to support you. I get that you're a parent or something, or you just do too much for other people. Trust your own understanding. Like, you really need to take some time out to reflect on you, who you are, your next stages of your life. Like, where do you want to go next? You're feeling a bit stagnant in your energy. You're not too sure on your goals or your plans, or you're not connected to your desires right now. We can only figure out what that is when we're showing ourselves self-love, and also when we're actually taking time to plan something new, giving that space for something new to come in. Yeah, like, you really need to take some time for you, which I guess, we all do, but yeah, you need to reconnect back to yourself, like your intuition. You're not really connected to your intuition at the moment, and your intuition wants you to love yourself some more. So I hope you enjoyed those messages. That was fun. Sorry about the glare. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment below. And yeah, until next time, thank you. Bye.